It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll get to see a battle for conference superiority. It's the New York Jets and the Green Bay Packers, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
First opened in 1957. Welcome inside what's still one of the great stadiums of the NFL. Legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, home of the Packers. Good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. You know, partner, fantasy football doesn't take into account the guys close to the football, the guys at the line of scrimmage. This is one where our eyes are going to be focused on that battle in the trenches all game long.
Mike, it doesn't matter if it's Pee-wee football, middle school football, or NFL football. You can only do offensively what your offensive line allows you to do. And I think that's exactly the case for both of these teams here today. They are going to win or lose based on the ability of gaining an advantage in the offense and defensive line. So I think we're going to see downhill run game. I think we're going to see play action pass. And the team that's able to impose their will up front along the trenches, I think that's going to be the team that finds himself at the end of this one coming out with the win.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
There was a lot of questions surrounding Jordan Love. Was he the long-term answer in Green Bay following in the footsteps of the legendary Aaron Rodgers? And I think last year in his first season as a full-time starter, he certainly quieted a lot of those questions. He spent time early in his career watching from the sideline, and he wasted no time showing he's one of the top young quarterbacks in the entire league.
And he'll get ahead for about 3 on the first play from scrimmage. They face second down and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. The catch is made. This is Tucker Kraft. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
On first down, it's Love. He'll take a shot for Watson. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it'll be second down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds. So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
On first and 10, here's Love. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. A second down throw for Love. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
That complete to Jacobs.
A 4-yard gain. It's fourth down.
On fourth down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. Xavier Gibson to return for the Jets. And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They are led by their quarterback, the future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers.
The coaches spend all week, Mike, drafting up their opening script. These are the plays that they feel the best with to not only attack the defense early, but try to get an idea of what sort of matchups they're going to see throughout the course of the game. Now, all of that is thrown out the window. None of the plays take into account snapping it this close to your own goal line. They've got to try to get themselves some breathing room, pick up a first down or two. That will allow them to get back on track, executing the rest of that opening script.
They'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. They'll go again with Hall. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up third down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He gets this complete, finding Adams. 23 yards on that pass play, and the Jets have a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the first down.
First and 10. Another run here with Hall. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Big T.J. Slayton on the tackle. Second down and 8. Shotgun snap and a give to Hall. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Javon Bullard there on the tackle. Here comes 3rd and 6. From the gun, Rodgers. The pass rush gets home and he goes down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
On fourth down, the Jets turn it to the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. Out to return this for the Packers, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And how about that play on special teams? Perfectly done. It checks up right at the 1-yard line. The Packers offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll need to get something positive going right away here. Ball starts inside their own 1-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Riding off defenders here, he'll churn forward and pick up 3. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. From the gun, it's Love. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. Still on his feet. How about this? And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 89 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. Rene Wanwu now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So after 1, it's the Packers on top. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
They give to Hall. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it is 3rd down.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
The last 2 runs each lost a yard. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 12. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On comes Thomas Morstead as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. To return, it's Nixon. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They lead it here in the 2nd quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. Here's Love to throw. That one knocked away and incomplete. Sauce Gardner, as good as they come. There to knock that one away.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Will McDonald, their tackle. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. To throw is Love. Open is Kraft. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Throwing on 2nd down, Love. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Watch the pursuit by this defensive end. The quarterback tries to escape the pocket, but he just keeps on chasing him, and he closes that ground in a hurry and brings him down for a big sack.
Here's Daniel Whelan now, and he is hoping to improve on his 1st attempt. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
The shotgun, it's A-Rod. Toward the sideline and taken in by Adams. And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 40-yard line. They get 22 yards there. Good for a Jets first down.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a first down.
It's first down, and it's Hall. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Give up the middle with Hall. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Entering Cooper. They're on the tackle.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Rodgers to throw. Open man, that's Adams. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess
nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
We spend so much time talking about quarterbacks and the special plays that they can make. And, of course, that's a big part of playing quarterback in the NFL. But also, can you avoid the bad plays? Do you know when the fight is over and live to play another down? Don't take that sack. Throw the ball away, get back out there on third down, and give yourself a chance.
Third and long for Rodgers. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Zerline's kick is good. And the Jets are on the board. It's 7-3.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Zerline comes back out after making the field goal. He'll kick this one off. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Packers offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing is Love. Short pass taken in by the tight end. A couple of big plays to start this drive. How about 17 on this one?
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Love to throw it on 1st down. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Love. Toward the outside. Catch made by Watson.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Back to throw is Love. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Love going to get to the ground, avoid the contact, and pick up a 1st down. 10 yards on the pickup, and that's good for a 1st down. Packers going to use their final timeout now. Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. This one will be from 37 yards out. McManus's kick is good. And the Packers going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Rodgers now. Looking deep for Lazard. That is caught. And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, New York.
Mike, I'm not sure how else to put it other than this is just a complete defensive breakdown. I mean, from where this ball was snapped, you simply have to just defend the end zone, and if they throw it short, come up and rally tackle. If they throw it in the end zone, high point the ball and knock it down. You cannot give up 6 points to end this half.
So now this to get them back to even heading into the break. The kick here is good. Add one more point, and that takes us to the end of the first half.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment, but for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Jets offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. Rodgers. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from it.
Now a second down throw from Rodgers. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. Rodgers. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
They will run it over center with Hall. And they get him to the ground, but he's all the way down to the 35-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch. And in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Edger and Cooper, they're on the tackle. Got to get this to the 25. Here's third down. To throw is Rodgers. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
On comes Greg Zuerlein to try the field goal. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jets going to take the lead. It's now 13-10.
Job number one on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
And Zuerlein comes back out after making the field goal. He'll kick this one off. Here's Nixon on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Packers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll start out first down and 10. Love to throw. This one is caught by Reed. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. He'll work forward to the 40-yard line. Quincy Williams in there for the stop. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Now Love toward the middle. That one caught by Watson. 12 yards on that hookup. First down, Packers.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
They bring a tight end in motion left. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Love. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Love to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
This is like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. On play action, Love. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
A loss of 10 yards on the
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Love. They'll try to set up the screen here. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Packers will tie the game here in the 3rd quarter.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive. But when you find yourself down 3 here in the 2nd half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up. And they were able to do that here.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. Gibson now on the return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the run, here's Hall. And he'll get this to about the 36-yard line. Keyshawn Nixon there for the tackle. Second and 7. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. He'll air it out deep for Wilson. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
The offense is able to land a big blow there, and I think what happened defensively, Mike, is just everyone was not on the same page. And when you do that at this level, the good offenses, they're going to make you pay for it. They've got to clean up those mistakes, make the offense have to earn everything they get.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A give. Here's Hall. Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them 1st and goal.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
From the gun, Rodgers. This one caught at the 4. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it with Hall. Good blocking, and he's in. Reese Hall, touchdown Jets. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Now Zerline for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Jets will go up by 7.
Packers 13.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now Love. That's left side, caught by Musgrave. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Right side, catch made by Dobbs. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. In motion, Reed. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Throwing on 2nd down, Love. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
So the 2 components to a scramble drill, Mike, is the quarterback has to buy time with his legs, and then all of the receivers need to second reaction and come open downfield late. And he bought time, but nobody was able to separate, and there's nowhere to go with the ball.
On comes the Packers punting team. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. The Jets offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the gun, and it's Hall. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Open man, downfield is Conklin. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, here comes Hall. He's got space inside the 25. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead. You're in the 4th quarter. And they're able to pop off a big run.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hall.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Another run here with Hall. And the Jets are going to have it 1st and goal. He'll take this one down to about the 3-yard line. They'll run, it's Hall. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Breece Hall, touchdown, New York. He's got another one, his 2nd touchdown of the evening.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Jets will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. On the return, here's Jaden Reed. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and that will lead to a 2nd down.
Defense has a chance to all but end this game, but they can't secure the interception, and now the offense has new life. But is there enough time? Do they have enough opportunities still to find themselves in position to go try to pull this one out?
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Here's a big one. This 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Not exactly the type of drive to write home about, Mike. 3 passes, 3 incompletions, no yards gained. And I really can't blame any of these fans who have continued to voice their frustration, especially after that last series of play calls.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The Jets offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. First and 10. Here's Hall. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. That's timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their 2nd. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. They'll go again with Hall. And he'll get this inside the 20. A nice run. They're in the red zone. It's 1st down. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So this one a win for the visiting Jets. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the